democracy. This is a democratic society, and therefore every creed and race must find an equal place.
Yeah, big the vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Big the vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
So I am calling on every youth, I am calling on every citizen. Let us unite and save Trinidad and Tobago. For far too long we have been exploited. For far too long we have been neglected. The time has come where we must stand united in order to save our country. Yes, my brothers and my sisters.
Yeah, big the vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Big the vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
And let us fight to defend our democracy in this country. Let us stand together.
Yeah. The cry from the ghetto, and the way on them like they don't care about nobody now. Big the vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Big the vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
So why we allow this administration to erode our democracy? This is a democratic society, and therefore every creed and race must find an equal place.
Yeah, big the vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Big the vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
So I am calling on every youth, I am calling on every citizen. Let us unite and save Trinidad and Tobago. For far too long we have been exploited. For far too long we have been neglected. The time has come where we must stand united in order to save our country. Yes, my brothers and my sisters.
Yeah, big the vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Big the vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
And let us fight to defend our democracy in this country. Let us stand together.
Yeah. The cry from the ghetto, and the way on them like they don't care about nobody now. Big the vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Big the vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
So why we allow this administration to erode our democracy? This is a democratic society, and therefore every creed and race must find an equal place.
Yeah, big the vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try. Big the vibes. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
So I am calling on every youth, I am calling on every citizen. Let us unite and save Trinidad and Tobago. For far too long we have been exploited. For far too long
we got to try to victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
And let us fight to defend our democracy in this country. Let us stand together.
Yeah. We cry from together. And the way on them, like they don't care about the money now. Victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try to victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
So why we allow this administration to erode our democracy? This is a democratic society, and therefore every creed and race must find an equal place.
Yeah, victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try to victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
So I am calling on every youth, I am calling on every citizen. Let us unite and save Trinidad and Tobago. For far too long we have been exploited. For far too long we have been neglected. The time has come where we must stand united in order to save our country. Yes, my brothers and my sisters.
Yeah, victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try to victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
And let us fight to defend our democracy in this country. Let us stand together.
Yeah. We cry from together. And the way on them, like they don't care about the money now. Victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try to victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try.
Together.
Yeah. We cry from together. And the way on them, like they don't care about the money now. Victimize. If you want to see a better life, yeah, share the light. When the youth them know we got to try to victimize. If you want to see a better life,
let us stand together.
Blessed good afternoon to all. I want to welcome each and every one of you locally, regionally, and internationally to another facts, not fiction, afternoon, where, of course, you get the facts. So pleasant good evening to all. Donna Cox, I now remember I have a question to ask you, girl. Let me ask you one time. Well, I hear you get all kind of buff up. I want to know if that is true. I hear the boss man cuss, the boss man prance up, the boss man kick up. I hear the boss man say that you're trying to embarrass his government when you tell the speaker, Madam Speaker, I am getting wet. I hear the man kick up. I hear the man say you could soak down like a fowl, a freezer fowl. It doesn't matter. Keep focus. Do not allow the government to be exposed. So I don't know, asking if that true, tell me. And I'm watching you, it look like your hair get wet too. It looked like your hair get wet, like that water was really dripping heavy. I hear the man kick up a storm. Because the man talking about all them, how much 400 and how much $100 million that spent on the Red House. And water dripping, TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. But he mustn't get vexed. He shouldn't get vexed. Because that is to tell you that everything that the PNM put their hands to in this country continues to fail. Because that is what they are. A party that is filled with failures. Anyhow, I really come to deal with you today. But I just thought that I will mention it because I hear the man going bad. When they tell the speaker you're getting wet. So next time you're going to Parliament, girl, hear what to do. Take my advice, put on a rain cloak, and walk with an umbrella. And don't forget to put on a shower cap, right? Beautiful. So ladies and gentlemen, we continue to experience a situation where there is no commissioner of police. Things gone mad in this country. Criminals running left, right, and center. Right now, we come like we in August tongue. It's gangsters and gunplay by every street corner. Every day, 6 kill, 7 kill. This one gets shot. Policeman gets shot. Policeman shot bandit. High daytime. Nobody has no respect for law and order. Simply because GG gone. Hey Gary, I is one of the man know that they will always miss you, boy. I know that Keith Rowley must have some regrets. Because let me tell you something. There is a lot to come. There's a lot of information to come into the public domain. But like everybody else, we sit and we wait. We will wait and we will see. We have something, ladies and gentlemen, in this country that we call a constitution. But what is a constitution? What is the constitution of a country? It is a set of rules regulated by the power of its government. And not only it's a set of rules that regulates the power of the government, but it also identifies the rights and duties of citizens in any country. But what does this constitution do? This constitution, first of all, it creates a national government. A national government which consists of one, the executive. What is the executive, ladies and gentlemen? The executive is the office which is and must remain an independent office, free from all political interference. The office of the president must remain free and from all political interference. Added to that, there is what we call the legislative arm. The legislative arm, ladies and gentlemen, according to our constitution, it is the parliament which is charged with the responsibility to make laws for peace, order, and good government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. But I want you to bear in mind, notwithstanding, while the Parliament is charged with the responsibility to amend and to create these laws are also subjected to the Constitution. These laws cannot be outside or apart from the structure of our Constitution. Then we have the judiciary. We have the judiciary, ladies and gentlemen. This arm of state deals with dispute between persons, enforcement of the criminal laws, and also, ladies and gentlemen, this also includes the interpretation of laws passed by the Parliament, including the interpretation of the Constitution. That is the judiciary. But I want you to also take note. Members of the judiciary, the judges, they are independent of the executive. And their appointment and terms of condition of office are dealt with by an independent commission set up by the Constitution, and this independent commission is known as the Judicial and Legal Service Commission. In this way, ladies and gentlemen, in this way they are isolated from outside pressure or political interference, so that they can make free and fair, objective decisions. That is their responsibility. Each arm of state, ladies and gentlemen, has a different job to do. And each has the power to do certain things. This is so because each arm is able to check on the other to ensure that none abuse their power. This is called the separations of power. The executive, the legislative, and the judiciary, they must remain independent of each other. The executive and the judiciary ought not to be contaminated with or by political interference. But we find ourselves in a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where the Constitution, which was designed to protect Keith Rowley the seventh and sitting Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, has decimated. And he have infiltrated every independent organization in this country. What does this word infiltrate means? It means to enter or gain access to an organization, acquiring secret information, contaminating the pure water by adding your presence in these independent institutions. What you have done, Mr. Prime Minister, is to contaminate these independent institutions, bringing them into disrepute. You see today, ladies and gentlemen, this government, this PNM government of Trinidad and Tobago, they have their hands within the office of the president. The President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago ought to understand that even though you are selected through the recommendation of the Prime Minister, you must understand that when you take an oath of office, that your relationship with the Prime Minister, that relationship must now be strictly professional, and not only professional, but according to the Constitution of our great land. You see, Madam President, it matters not if you and Rowley and his wife and Blissy Prasad and Camille Robinson Regis went to the same school. That doesn't matter, Madam President. When you take that oath of office, when you took that oath of office, Madam President, you now belongs to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, not Keith Rowley and the PNM. This government also have their hands on the judiciary. They have also contaminated the judiciary. You could remember, ladies and gentlemen, when the Law Association and other judges brought to the forefront serious allegation against the Chief Justice, and when they were calling for that tribunal to investigate and to be set up, just as the opposition leader calling for the tribunal to be set up to investigate the conduct of the president, is in the same way that Keith Christopher Rowley, who were charged with the responsibility to initiate that tribunal, refused to initiate that tribunal, putting a political hold on the judiciary. Not only the president presidency and the judiciary, they contaminate. They also contaminate the Election and Boundaries Commission. They have interfered politically with this yet another independent organization by placing the niece of an ex-minister of communication and allegedly the family of Faris Alwari into positions in the EBC, contaminating and putting people that is politically exposed. That is why in Tobago, the EBC can find 3 seats within the PNM stronghold, granting a favor, granting a support, granting a victory to the People's National Movement in that election. I pray that the Tobagonians are so wise that they will make a choice to remove Keith Rowley and the PNM from the corridor of power within the Tobago elections, ladies and gentlemen. Not only have this government infiltrated the EBC, but they have also infiltrated the independency within our parliament. We have the independent senators who vote and support every PNM piece of legislation in our parliament. You see, the independency of the parliament, they have now gone over to the PNM side. What is the purpose of the independent senators in our parliament? You see, I like to bring the facts that my boys and girls on the streets, in the ghettos could understand. You could understand what I'm saying to you, because I'm speaking a language that you would be able to understand, to see what this government has done and will continue to do to you, the people. So the independent senators, which was appointed by the contaminated office of the president. And I want to say something to you, ladies and gentlemen. Rest assured that an elephant could never make a duck. An elephant could never make a duck. Just as a reindeer will not produce a chicken. You see, the independency in the parliament, which they have crossed the floor over to be independent PNM senators. When you are appointed through a contaminated office, then your actions and you can only produce contamination. Your responsibility as independent senators in our parliament, yes, in our parliament, your job, when you become an independent senator, your job is to look after the interests of the people of this country and not after the interests of the PNM. That is your job. Look after the interests of the citizens. Support bills that will be in the interest to create a better life, to create a better standard of living, not for the PNM citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. That ought to be your job. But when you examine and you see that these independent senators holding positions on state board, who not on nip deck, who not on deck nip, and who not on dippy neck, everybody looking for some financial gain, even while they want to maintain an independent standing. It cannot work. If you are contaminated, then it's time for you to go. When you look at the editorials of these so-called independent who are now PNM senators, you will realize that the political directorate also have those independent senators in the palm of his basin. In the palm of his basin. Because some of you independent senators, you are fit to send in the outhouse and flush down in the cesspit, because you smell so much. You smell so much of a behavior that is not becoming of persons who are to hold those offices in high esteem. Not only the PNM has penetrated the presidency, the judiciary, the EBC, the independent senators, but the PNM, they have also infiltrated the newspapers. All you set of wicked devils, all you set of biased animals, all you set of evil bunch of wrongdoers. I see some idiot that they call Kizan Haynes have some clip running with some statement that my leader make. Let me tell you something. You journalists, most of you is a bunch of PNM fleas. You suck on every mangy dog to see what kind of financial gain you could get from the PNM Balize house. All you set a wicked, evil, dirty, nasty, stinking pack of journalists that have our country in this condition because of all your bias, because of all your love for money, all your TV station, all your media house, all your radio station, all you is a pack of deceitful human beings. And then all you call all yourself journalists. Journalists means honesty. Journalists means integrity. Journalists means fairness. Journalists means no bias. Journalists means bringing the facts, the truth to the people, and let the people decide. All your wicked devils. One media house come to cover a story the other day. down in Labrick constituency. And here what they're telling me. We would like you to take off the UNC mask. We would like you to take off the UNC mask. Why you didn't take off all your P&M face? All you want me take off my UNC mask? Well, take off all your P&M face. Because every time all you come, all I smell is balize. Every time all you come, all I see is balize. And when the story come over the TV, yes, the TV, don't look for television. The TV, I ain't talking to you who want to hear television. I'm talking to those who want to hear TV. When the story come, all I see is favor of the P&M. That is the kind of journalist. Take off my UNC mask. Well, let me tell you something. Take out all your P&M hat and see if all you go live. Take out all your P&M hat, and then I will put 2 more UNC masks on. You know why? Because I want to smell the Balize juice when all your pass close. All your wicked journalists, all your wicked newspaper, all they talking about facts, all they know anything about that word. You know why this program is facts, not fiction? Because when you come here that way you get truth with all clothes. We doesn't even put on negligee on truth. We doesn't put on nothing on truth. When we bring truth, you get naked. Enjoy it because it coming naked. It's naked truth we bring into you. So not only the P&M contaminated the President House, the Judiciary, the EBC, the independent senators, the wicked newspapers, but they have destroyed, they have mashed up, they have decimated the Police Service Commission. That is what the P&M do when they get their hands on you. That is what the P&M do when they get their hands on you. Let me tell you something. Keith Christopher Rowley states that over a year ago, he lost confidence in Gary Griffith. Keith Rowley, before I come back here, I want to tell you something. You lost confidence in Gary Griffith. Keith Rowley, I am certain that your family don't even have confidence in you. Keith Rowley, I am certain that your family doesn't have confidence in you. And let me tell you why I know that. You say you get COVID once, you get twice, almost about 4 times. Quarantine. And guess what? Nobody else in your family in quarantine. So what that tell you? That tell you one thing. If they had confidence in you, Keith, the first person to get COVID would have been the real champion, the woman who trying to make you somebody, the woman who had to put up with your failures, the woman who putting up with your failures in government, and not only putting up with your failures in government, but putting up with your failures all wrong. I don't even believe that you understand what is the meaning of honey goat weed. She putting up with your failures all wrong. So you have the audacity to say that you lost confidence in the best hard-working commissioner of police that we had over the years. You remember David Nackett once took a position and said he was dissatisfied with the performance of Gary Griffith. What did I do? I said everybody is entitled to the free and fair opinion. So I couldn't condemn David Nackett for his decision based on what evidence he had. I stood out and said, I support Gary Griffith. I stood up and said, I support Gary Griffith because the evidence I had before me is that Gary Griffith was and still would be, if wasn't for your interference, Keith Rowley, the best commissioner that this country had ever seen. So they mash up the Police Service Commission. They mash up the office of the Commissioner of Police. That today we neither have a commissioner nor an acting commissioner. That is what Keith Rowley has brought us to by interface and by interfering. Not only Keith Rowley mash up the Police Service Commission, mash up the Commissioner of Police office, he also mash up Petrotrin. But why he mash up Petrotrin? Was it Keith Rowley? I am asking a question. Why did you mash up Petrotrin? You stood up and tell us if we were closing the fridge door and we didn't hear the government not closing down Petrotrin. You tell us that. But today Petrotrin is no more. Keith Rowley, was it because one of your good friends needed protection? Was it because this gentleman here, Keith, this man on your left side, I know people just have the friend on the right side, but I want to believe the reason why you have this man on your left side is to demonstrate how close to your heart this man really is. Close to your heart, Keith. Was Petrotrin destroyed because of your friend Keith Rowley? That is a question I'm asking you. But not only did you mash up Petrotrin, but your government also mash up Train 1 and Train 3 in the LNG facility in Point 14. $700 million cannot be accounted for, Keith. $700 million cannot be accounted for in relation to the LNG in Point 14. Not only Train 1 and Train 3, but you, Keith Rowley, by your appointments to the NGC board, the board now want indemnity because $500 million cannot be accounted for. What indemnity they want, Keith Rowley? You know why they want indemnity, ladies and gentlemen? They want to be protected from fiduciary duties. They want to be protected from the fiduciary duties that they are now seeking indemnity. That is the facts. That is the facts, ladies and gentlemen. And today, ladies and gentlemen, while Keith Rowley government have its hand in the president office, in the judiciary, in the EBC, in the independent senators, in the independent newspapers, mash up Police Service Commission, mash up Commissioner of Police Office, mash up Petrotrin, mash up Train 1 and Train 3. My question today, is that I, Victor Roberts, want to know if after all these offices are contaminated with the PNM infiltration, I am now asking, ladies and gentlemen, I am asking if the office of the DPP is also in trouble. Let me repeat that. I am asking if the office of the DPP is also in trouble, because I have seen a document that is within the hands of my leader, where Faris Al-Wari is alleged to make certain deals with Vincent Nelson in a particular matter which is before the court. And I wouldn't get into the matter. But I am now wondering, and I am seeking information to ensure that the deal that Faris allegedly made with Vincent, I am wondering, I want to ensure that that is not the same deal that comes out of this office. So I am wondering, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something here today. I am wondering, I am hoping in due course that information which relates to that situation come to the public domain, so that we can be absolutely sure that there is no political interference. This is serious business, you know. While people sit down, I hear a woman the other day, somebody share it on social media, cussing how some man push you up for a hamper, and cussing stink, and she do business, and she don't care. Let me tell you something, people. What is happening in this country, if you know what good for you, all of you better start to care. All of you better start to open your eye. Because let me tell you something, very soon, your eyes would not be able to open to see what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, the United National Congress, they are on the path of an October revolution. An October revolution which is not a revolution with guns and bombs, but it is a revolution of people. A revolution of people to save this country from the dictatorial behavior of this Kid Rowley administration. This type of behavior that we are now experiencing, ladies and gentlemen, we must take the part to ensure that no government ever in the history of our country must get away with this type of behavior. No government in the history going forward, within the future, we have not had a government throughout our history that behaved as this Skid Rowley administration. And we the people must not tolerate, or a matter of fact, we must not tolerate ever this type of behavior by persons that we, you and I, have elected into office. We must never tolerate that type of behavior, period. Period. You see, this government, ladies and gentlemen, this government, ladies and gentlemen, is a government that doesn't care about you. It is a government that doesn't care one toots about you. What you have inherit from this government. You have no good roads. You have no good water supply. You have no work, no jobs. A matter of fact, you have no food. You are living on handouts and hampers. You have no infrastructure. You have no laptop. Your children have no textbook. No school feeding program. No kind of development within the communities. Is that what you will continue to support? Ladies and gentlemen, you see, in this country, there is a fantastic seven. This fantastic seven, it is a fantastic seven that has become the beneficiary of this country. This fantastic seven is seven individuals who have benefited from your taxpayers' money more than you, the taxpayer. The fantastic seven. One, Rohan Sinanan. Fantastic two, Stuart Young. Fantastic three, Faris Alwari. Fantastic four, Kom Minbut. Fantastic five, Kazim Hussein. Fantastic six, Terence Dialsting. And fantastic seven, the general, the brigadier of the PNM Army, none other than four-time champion, COVID champion, 4 times in quarantine, none other than Keith Christopher Rowley, head of the fantastic seven. Let me tell you something. This fantastic seven have benefited, one, from contracts. This fantastic seven benefited, two, from exemptions. This fantastic seven usually benefit with a deck of cards. Somebody over there, stop dealing. Stop dealing that card. Don't deal with that card at all. This Fantastic Seven mostly play with a deck of playing cards. Son, stop dealing. Stop dealing. Don't deal. Right, put that card away. This Fantastic Seven always play with a deck of cards. And when the deck of cards ain't good enough, then they go down, straight down in the pit. Straight down in the pit. You know who in the pit? The devil. The devil down in the pit. Ladies and gentlemen, tax exemptions for motor vehicle, free credit cards, they take what they want, free phone, free internet, free food, free everything, everything free. Everything free they enjoy. Everything free they enjoy from your taxpayer dollar. They eat the best. They wear the best. The other are going through some magazine. And I see they talking about Keith Rowley order some suit. Let me make it clear. Allegedly order some suit. For how much? $100,000. I will try to find back that magazine. Anybody have it there? Anyone else have the name of the people? The name of the people who does sew this expensive clothes away. You forget? Yes. How much? $100,000. Some big boy suit. Boy, let me tell you something. If I get a suit, I am going to live in it. Because if I'm going to buy a suit for $500,000, if that is the price, I mustn't get wet rain falling. They say the red house leaking, poops. I throw that suit for Donna Cox. Cover yourself, girl. Let me cover you with the suit. Throw it for she. If I had that kind of suit and live a nice life, they benefit from every form of exemption. They live high, mighty, and dry. They put gas in the car. I see these days every taxi driver, every PH driver have a red pad in the car. I swear while they're doing landscaping. I swear it's waka they waka in. Everybody have a little red pad in the trunk. And while they're going up with people cheering and passengers and the shutdown, they run on by the trunk, crack the gas lid, they run, throw in a little thing, and they go on again. Look this suit here, man. This is it. All you see, ladies and gentlemen, them fellas living like Starboy with all their taxpayers' money, and all you can't get food. Them fellas living like high and mighty, and all you can't eat. Them fellas living nice, bathing with taxpayers' money when Fitzgerald Hines put in a standpipe where all you can't get water to bathe. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. This is blatant. This is blatant robbery to the highest in this country, that those politicians, those government officials living nice, eating the best, according to Anel Roberts, drinking scotch and eating shrimps for dessert, when some of you dying to get the head and the shrimps to cook in certain constituencies. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. The time has come that you people in this country must stand brave, bold, and strong to rebuke this behavior by Keith Rowley administration. The time has come where you must stand in defense of your children. There are so many selfish, wicked, devilish parents out here that it ain't funny. These parents know for a fact that they had to rake and scrape to survive under this PNM. These parents know that some of them had to be unfaithful to their husband to provide food for their children to eat. These parents know that the children had to rape, to rob, thief, and kill in order to put food on their table. These parents know that their father, their husband, have to commit crimes to survive under this PNM. And today, ladies and gentlemen, you are telling me that you will support the PNM for your children to go through the same thing that you had to go through in order to survive. You want to tell me, ladies and gentlemen, that you will want your children to endure the same type of hardship that you go through to make ends meet, to mind them. You want them to go through that same hardship to mind their children, which is your grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to put your children through that agony and pain that you went through? Is that the type of example that you will set? What would you tell your creator when that day of Qiyamah or that day of judgment come? What would you tell your creator? Would you tell your creator you wanted your children to grow up the hard way? Would you tell the creator that you had no choice but to allow your children to go through the same thing that you are going through? Let me tell you something. This is Omar, my son. And let me tell you something. I will never live a life. I will never set things in strain for Omar to go through some of the pressures that I go through. This Omar, if you are to go back on any one of my videos, you will see Omar working the land. You will see Omar feeding the animals. You will see Omar doing all what he have to do alongside my other son that is called Joshua. They will do what they have to do because I have trained them. I have shown them the path. And I am now showing them that they must stand for what is right. I am showing Omar why he must not support the PNM. I have shown Omar. Go ahead, son. I have shown Omar. I have shown Joshua why they must not support the PNM. My mother still remains a PNM. My mother. That is my mother. I love her as I will always love my mother. My father died, was a PNM too. Rowley won, let's vote for you. My grandmother, grandfather, everybody PNM. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, my boys and girls who under pressure in the areas that people refers to as the ghetto let me tell you something. You did not create that life for yourself. That life was handed down to you by a party. You did not create that life in what people call the depressed areas. That life was handed down to you. And some of it is because of the choices your parents make. My father, my mother, still alive in America now. I know if it's because she want to hide from the pain of Keith Rowley, but she in America. And let me tell you something. My mother tell me, Victor, once you go in for election, I will support you. Let me tell you something here today, ladies and gentlemen. Take that as good coffee. If my mother have to support me and vote for me under that condition, then I doesn't want that vote. Because you will give me the vote with the finger, but your heart is in the Balizé. Go and vote for the Balizé. If she is satisfied with what this PNM is doing to this country, and that is my mother, go and vote for the Balizé. You see, people mustn't vote for people because a friend and partner. People mustn't vote for a party because you like that party. People must vote based on representation. People must vote based on delivery. I am a lifetime member of the UNC. A lifetime member. You know why? 3 reasons. I might tell you 2, I might tell you the whole 3. 1, I will never ever vote again. Yes, again, listen it good. For the PNM. 1, cutting it short. 2, there is no third party that could beat the PNM or the UNC. And 3, because I have seen the UNC deliver to this country what no other government in the history ever delivered to the people, to the poor, to the oppressed, to the middle class, everybody. And let me say that as on this one time. Kamla Prasad Bisesa is the elected leader of the UNC. If you are interested to becoming the leader of the UNC, then go through the process. You see the back door? You see the window? You see the rooftop? That only feel like you could jump in and storm? It ain't no storm here. It ain't no storm here. The mountains has blocked the storm. And let me tell you something. Kamla Prasad Bisesa has some mountains that going to block that storm too. Come through the normal process. No shortcut. No shortcut. I am loyal to the leader of the party, who is Kamla Prasad Bisesa. And if and when that time reach, and the membership select another leader, I am going to be loyal to that leader the same way. Hear what I tell you. Don't call my phone. Don't message me and tell me anything but getting rid of leader. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your WhatsApp. Don't waste your figure. Do not call me, text me, or tell me that pack of hogwash. It have a process. Follow the process. Once you follow the process, and you get through, then talk to me. The leader is the leader. This is the leader, and she will remain the leader until God say otherwise, or until the voters say otherwise. So miss me with all your hogwash. Right? Miss me. Let me wrap up this thing here now. All you youths, all you youths who are dissatisfied with your condition, you who are dissatisfied in the condition that you live in, I am asking you on the 30th of November, find yourself at the Queen's Park Oval. Find yourself at the Queen's Park Savannah. I am asking all you youths who know that there isn't a future for you under this government, journey to town. Call me. I am asking all you teachers, all you unvaccinated, I am asking all those who are vaccinated, I am asking you, find your way. Hop a ride. Encourage your neighbor. The 30th of November, Queen's Park, Savannah, 10 a.m. I am asking every UNC supporter, while this is a people initiative, I am asking every UNC supporter, I am asking every PNM supporter, I am asking every MSJ supporter, I am asking every ex-worker of Petrotrin, I am asking every trade unionist, I am asking every NGO, I am asking everybody, find your way. The 30th is the date, November is the month, Queen's Park, Savannah, I'm out.
No, we gotta try.
And let us fight to defend our democracy in this country.